Hello, welcome to IELTS in short. I have summarized the TEFL module for the teacher records, the TEFL module part 1. So let's start. The first unit is speaking about the TEFL world, and there are many teachers who encountered the question, why do we learn English? So the first thing in this unit is to state some specific characteristics of the English language, why learning English is important and why it's easy. The first thing is that it's fairly easy to learn. So the learning English language is one of the most easiest languages to be learned. Number 2 is that English language using Latin alphabet, as many language like Germany, like French, like the Dutch. So many languages are already using the Latin alphabet, so that's why English is easy to be learned, because it has many things in common with other languages. Number 3, it's simple inflections, and the inflection is the additional letter at the end of the word, like here cat, cats for plural, and eat for simple tense, big, bigger for comparison. So in the inflections in English language are fixed and easy, simple. Number 4, it's receptiveness, and receptiveness means adopting words from other languages. So you can find many words in common that are taken from the Arabic language or from the French language or from so and so. So there are many things are in common between other languages, and that what would make English language very easy. Number 5, it's generally fixed word order. So for example, the fixed order of the sentence, it's subject, then verb, then object. So it's easy to make sentence structure and to easily can think about how to make sentences and to express yourself perfectly well without struggling so long. Number 6, no markings on letters. So as you can see, for example, there are many words here that has markings on letters, and it's difficult to remember the alphabets and sounds of alphabets with marks. But in English languages we don't have marks on letters, so it won't give us hard time to memorize it. Number 6, I guess this is 7, non-tonal language. Non-tonal languages like Chinese languages, it's a tonal language. So there are many letters with high pitch. It has different pronunciation than and different, of course, meaning than the low pitch letters. It's not the case in English language. It's the same in all the alphabets, all the letters, and all the words, but because it's non-tonal language, so it will not make a great difference in the meaning if you use a high tonal speech or low tonal speech. It's the same, it's a fixed meaning in all the cases. The last one, sounds and spelling. So you can easily guess the spelling of the word once you pronounce it right. So it's one of the advantages of the English language, that you can predict the spelling of the words correctly. We will go to the next page, and the next page some of the English language characteristics that cause it cause the learners to struggle through it, or maybe would be difficult for them to acquire. Number one is the pronunciation. The pronunciation could be difficult for other languages, like the pronunciation of th, by using the tip of the tongue. It would be difficult for some learners who came from other cultures that don't use the tip of their tongue. Number two, continuous tense. Many languages don't have a continuous tense form, and also the same case with articles a, and the. So they don't know the meaning of the continuous tense form, and also the meaning and the main use of the articles. So that's why they could struggle with it in English language. Last thing is the phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs is using like take off, cut off, put off. So that's why so many learners could struggle with it, because there is a big difference between take and take off, cut and cut off. So they have to memorize it, not just to guess its meaning. These are the 3 points that second language learners could struggle through. Unit 2, L1, L2. What do you mean by L1 and L2 learning? L1 refers to first language learning. L2 means learning additional foreign language or second language. So when I say L1, this means you are learning your mother tongue language, and L2 means you are learning a second language. It's not your main language. So should learners use their L1 in classroom? So we have gone through this question many times. As a teacher, can I use L1, their main language, instead of English in teaching my students? Actually, well, sometimes the circumstances will mainly push you to use the L1 language in your learning process or in your educating process. So what are the cases that you may use L1? Number one, to clarify meaning. So if students struggle to guess the meaning, you can clarify the meaning in their mother tongue, if it would make for them easier to acquire it or to absorb it. Number two, to clarify anticipated problem. So if you foresee that there are upcoming problems, so you can rectify it by using their language, just to rectify it or to stop the problem before it's happening. Number three, to demonstrate that languages are similarities, like in Arabic and English, for example, laymun and lemon. So there are many words that are in common between the two languages, so you can just help them to memorize it by point out that this word is like the same word in and with the same meaning in the English language. Number four, to save time if you're time constrained. So it's good to use in some cases, of course, the L1 language to save time. Number five, to carry out any disciplinary measures. So some teachers at the beginning of the year, they prefer to state the rules in the mother tongue, just to make everything clear for the students, and to just to rectify any problem before it's happening. So to state all the rules, it could be at the beginning of the year in their mother tongue language. Number 6, to tell a student how well she has done, and it's also connected to number 7, to show that we care. So students would be happy if they see that we are learning their language, just to give them some positive comments. So they would be very happy to see that we learned their languages and their language and how much we care for them.